See what Santa got us.
What did Santa get us? What is it? What is it?
Santa got us a weed.
All right, just what I wanted. Woohoo!
Victor was my only
right,
son,
yeah,
my
so
youngest
that.
child.
Yay.
He was never much in trouble. He was a pretty good kid. He was in Mexico High School. He graduated with high honors, which was a little struggle, and I was very pleased that he made it to high honors. He was in the junior ROTC, which is a leadership program. He was looked up to by not only his friends and family, but his nieces and nephews. He was the type of kid that if you were having a bad day or you were a little down, he'd come over and cheer you right up. That day was my birthday. I had to work all day, but we had celebrated the weekend before. So when I got home from work, 5:30, 6 o'clock, Victor has already gone to a friend's house to hang out with his friends, video games or whatever he was doing. I can't remember exactly. But it was just a regular day because we'd already celebrated. So I was just watching TV in my recliner, and I dozed off. So I think it was about 8:30. My husband was kneeled down in front of me, waking me up. And so I could tell something was wrong. There was 2 police officers out by the front door. And so he told me that Victor was gone. They said he drowned and he was gone. He was at the ER. He wasn't quite officially gone yet, but pretty much gone. He was still in the ER, being worked on. His eyes were staring up at the ceiling, and they told me there was no reaction in his eyes at all, which meant no brain activity. They were trying to regulate his body temperature, and they were feverishly working on him. Several people feverishly working on him. But they just couldn't save him.
Hey, what you been smoking tonight? Huh? Hey, you there. Where have you been smoking? See, they went deaf. Everything. This is K2, y'all. Don't try this at home.
On my right foot, I felt like I had CP. What up, bro? A crazy trip right here out there and some dead man walking. Y'all gonna see this in his mind right now.
A bud, smoke.
No! No!
It's synthetic marijuana. On the street, it's called Spice, or K2. The drug is so strong.
Police arrested a man who broke through his restraints.
YouTube is loaded with video of young people freaking out after allegedly taking synthetic marijuana.
I took 2 long drags of the synthetic, and my friend said to me, "Dude, holy you're gonna be dead." And at the time, I was laughing because I thought it would be fun experience, but it wasn't so fun. After that, it was black.
If you don't come play with us. I was visually there, but inside it was something.
What's really important about this is that it started out to mimic marijuana, but this is really a synthetic cannabinoid or synthetic THC. And THC is that psychoactive ingredient in marijuana. So through some research, there was a chemical version or a synthetic version of THC that was created to see if there were medicinal purposes for it. And after it was created, it was decided by the scientist who created it that it had no medicinal purpose. Then people had gotten hold of this and recreated it in very sophisticated laboratories and then sprayed it on plant-like material and sold it as legal pot. And the reason behind it is that somebody could smoke this synthetic version of marijuana and it wouldn't show up on a traditional test, organic test for marijuana. So at first it was recognized as legal pot, and then it became, because of its synthetic nature, known as synthetic pot, synthetic marijuana. But it really has nothing to do with marijuana. It's actually the chemical cannabinoids that are in it that are being mimicked synthetically. The scary part about this is, unlike organic marijuana, whereas now this new product was supposed to give somebody the same effect, and it was technically legal, meaning that it could be sold over the counter, and it was anything but good for them.
I would say we first started to become really concerned about it several years ago, 3-4 years ago. Whether or not it's categorized as legal or not, due to some difficulty in keeping up with the manufacturers of this toxic substances, you don't know what's in it. Let's start there. I mean, it's put together in some lab, some back room over in China or some other country. You don't know what's in it. You don't know the strength of it. You have no idea of judging what you're dealing with. It's wrapped up in a pretty package. It's marketed as synthetic marijuana. So it's a dangerous subject. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will.
She said I was lucky. Lucky. Said that they had nine cases of synthetic marijuana come in. I was one of the 9. 8 out of those 9 cases died. I made it.
The long-term effects, well, that's anybody's guess, is because we had never seen anything like this before in the medical or the scientific field, and so there's no research to determine, is there going to be relapses. The reports have been that there are changes in the brain and some damage to the brain because of the extreme psychosis. Some people have reported not being able to sleep or not being able to go back to work or go to school after having consumed this product.
That's why I keep telling young people, even though you don't see it here maybe in Oswego County, you might go off to travel, you might go off to college, and it's going to be right there in a gas station, in a convenience store, looking all great and simple, and how bad can it be? Look, and it's going to be deadly. This advocacy in this area has helped with my grieving process tremendously, because the energy and the effort and the emotion is all channeled to helping others. And I think that's what we're here for. I think it's what we're on the planet for, help others. And if my experience can help save other people's lives, you know, I mean, that's what it's all about. It helps us remember Victor in a good way and share Victor with others.